welcome to Violet Connie Art. I have something a little different for you today. I'm going back to doing some watercolor. I made this little mini watercolor journal. It is 2 inches by 2 inches and I've just made it out of some handmade watercolor paper that I got at my local art shop and made it into this little cute book. I've got a bit of a surprise at the end of this video if you hang around to the end, and I'll talk about that later. So I actually have been making my own handmade watercolors, and I've made this little Aussie nature palette, and I've been organizing this for the last couple of months and just putting it together, testing the pigments and the paints, and in the hope that I can sell some of these on Etsy. And so this is my first ever palette that I've put together, and you can see that I'm mixing the colors. So I actually have the colors Wattle Yellow, Sunburnt Earth, Making Mud Pies, Emu Bush Violet, Kookaburra Blue, and Spinifex Green. Can't quite see them there because it's in such tiny writing because this is such a tiny book, but those are the colors that I've put together. So it's kind of a muted palette, but it's also really quite pretty, I find. I like this kind of muted colors. So I've just mixed them all in this little back page. So here's all my colors mixed, and it's got at least one of each primary, and it gives a nice little variety. So here I am doing the first page in this little mini watercolor book, and I've decided that I want to make this into a little bit of a mini series here on YouTube. I'm recording my videos of completing this cute little book, and my idea for this book is to paint my own personal little fairy garden or garden. And I just really love gardening, and I really love the idea of a place that's tranquil and in nature to be able to escape to. And I don't have my own fairy garden, so why not create one in this cute little miniature little book? So to start off with, I have done a purple door, and I'm using all my own handmade watercolors in this little handmade book that I've made. I said that twice then, but that's okay. And I am painting on with my Emu Bush Violet, and then a combination of the Spinifex Green, the Kookaburra Blue, and the Wattle Yellow to get the variations of greens across the top of the page, to have like a tree in the corner and then a hedge up one side, so that the first page of this book is like walking into my own little garden through the secret door, if you will. I used the Wattle Yellow to paint some flowers, and then I use the Sunburnt Earth and the Making Mud Pies for the brickwork on the ground and on the wall. So I actually used all the colours in my handmade watercolour paints in this particular little painting. At first I wasn't going to do any line work on this painting, but after I painted it out, I realized that it actually needed something more that I couldn't do with just the tiny little paint brushes that I had. So I used a 0.03 nib micron pen and just added in a little bit of line work, really quite lightly, to bring it out. And I think that it just makes the drawing pop off the page, and I'm really pleased with how this turned out. And the handmade watercolors are so nice to work with. I had no idea how beautiful handmade watercolors were until I tried them myself. The texture's amazing on them. And here is my final little painting of my opening into this book, which is a doorway into my fairy garden in pages to come. So like I said, there was a surprise at the end of this video. I'm actually going to give away some of my handmade watercolors, one of these dot cards here. All you have to do is write in the comments below what you like about watercolors to enter. And I'll also be giving one of these away over on my Instagram account as well. So you'll actually have 2 chances to win if you also follow me on Instagram. I am now selling these in my new Etsy shop, and that's why I'm giving them away, to celebrate opening my Etsy shop, because making these paints is very new for me. And eventually, in the next about week or so, I'll be selling half pan sets in metal tins on Etsy as well. And I'll leave a link to my Etsy shop down below. Good luck in the competition. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Oh, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe.